What's going on, boys and girls? What's up, world? Austin John Place here, and today we're going to be playing Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the NecroDancer, featuring The Legend of Zelda, and making sure you don't suck. First of all, if you haven't picked this game up, it is a fun, rhythmic dungeon crawler. If you don't know that it's for you, the original game is on sale, I think for like $4 on the eShop. You really can't go wrong, $4 for a game. First of all, it's not an easy game. Like, this is something you really need to get the hang of, and then also, you move to the game with the rhythm, the music, and they're all really dope Legend of Zelda remixes, like this one that's playing in the background right now. But if you're playing the game and you want some tips and tricks to kind of help you get started a little bit, then this is going to be for you. I'm going to go ahead and start up a new game. It is not a custom game, it's going to be a regular story mode. You start in the world as Cadence, and then you just kind of blow through the tutorial. You'll kind of get the hang of it. One of the biggest things I have to say is, like, what you do like your first time around, that's probably not gonna be like your final game. So like, there's no problem in like learning the ropes and like running around and figuring out how everything works. This is also the first game that for the left Joy-Con having the actual buttons and not a D-pad, it's not as bad. So whenever you come across enemies, you always have to defeat them on the beat. And one of the things to really pay attention to is every single enemy has its own special movement. Like this Bokoblin will always put his hands up right before he attacks. The little Orby ball guys that are not choo-choos but look like choo-choos, they always do something. Like the greens don't move at all. And then once you clear out all the enemies from a room, you can kind of move around freely, which, I mean, also you lose the dope beats, which really sucks. And when you start off the game, you get a choice if you want to play as Link or Zelda. I'm gonna go ahead and choose Link. Let's wake Link up, and now we have control of Link, and Cadence kind of runs away. As soon as you start off, one of the most important things to do is this is a Sheikah Stone, and you have to activate them. And I would really say that that's one of your highest priorities. When you're in this small area, make sure to grab the shield. Defeat the Octorok right here. I got a shovel, a diamond, and a sword. Now the diamonds are the premium currency in this game, and they're never gonna go away. So like, if you die, you're gonna lose a lot of your stuff except for your diamonds. Also, Cadence is gonna give us a shovel, even though we just got a shovel. Oh, and I believe right behind Cadence is a torch. That gives us +1 vision in every direction. Helps light things up, which is really helpful. Let's also just push this stone up, grab this piece of heart, perfect. Now, this exact screen will always be the same every time you boot up story mode and you play as Link. However, everything in every direction is going to be different. In addition, where on the map you actually start up is also different. So like, you can start and your house could be here, it could be down here, it could be up here, it could be more to the left, it could be literally any of these spaces. So every time you play the game, it's going to be different. The overworld is procedurally generated, and sometimes that means that one of the first areas that you're going to be coming across is much more difficult than you may be ready for. Like this one, there's a Lionel, there's a whole bunch of enemies going on. I'm not ready to take on a Lionel in this game with no equipment. So I can actually check out what's going on in the other direction. There's a Sheikah Stone and a much more approachable set of enemies. Now these Lizalfos always attack in a straight line, which makes them super easy to predict and kind of bait out in a direction. And the trick to this game isn't so much about killing everything, it's just not getting damage from stuff. And once you learn how to not take damage, the game becomes a lot easier. This cave right here, as soon as I started off, required some special items that I didn't have. Ooh, piece of heart. And that's gonna be a super easy one to do. Now this is the first big tip. As soon as you start off the game, first thing you wanna do is explore. You really just wanna run around, and you wanna uncover as much of the map as you can. And if you come across an area that's really difficult, that's fine, just run away. And boom, I came across Kakariko Village. This is my third playthrough. I haven't found Kakariko Village before, but no problem with that. And as you're exploring around, activate all the stones that you find. And we found Zelda. Perfect. So if we want to do co-op, we have the Zelda option. That's neatos. Now, I could spend some time in Kakariko Village and kind of figure out a little bit more to the quest line that's involved there. However, I really just want to uncover more of the map, and there's one specific item that I'm looking for. This room has an ice floor, and if you're used to regular Legend of Zelda games, that means that you need to push a block in a certain direction, but in this one, there are special boots that you need in order to walk on ice without sliding, and obviously I don't have those yet. I just started off and I have pretty much nothing. Alright, so now we found the desert area, and the desert area tends to be a little bit more difficult. Ooh, piece of heart right there. As you're going through these areas, I would say definitely keep your eye out for the easier pieces of heart, the ones that are just like, hey, here it is. Oh no, there's still something else we need for that. Something really nice is if you look at your map, it will mark down on your map where there is a piece of heart that you can come back later and collect. Anytime that you uncover an area, you're fine. And this right here is Hyrule Castle. This 4 block here in the middle, another Sheikah Stone, nice. Humming actually helps me play, so leave me alone. What do we have in here? Oh, we found a shop with a Goron in here who wants to sell us bombs and a Goron locket. I actually don't know what the Goron locket yet is, but it's 200 rupees, so we can presume it'd be pretty valuable. Now, I'm pretty sure not everything is in every playthrough, so you could play through this several times and never come across the same items, which is kind of neat. Danger, keep out. It's not dangerous, there's just some free bombs. Sweet. Now, I'm pretty low on health, and at this point, oh, we found Death Mountain already. You can tell because the really, really super dope guitar riff. Let's see if we can make it to the Sheikah Stone. Nice. There's never any shame in running away from a fight that you know you can't win. It's called a tactical retreat. Yes, I know I'm missing beats. That's because I'm talking and playing. And trying to listen. Ooh, this Sheikah Stone requires you to defeat all enemies, and there's a chest that requires you to defeat all enemies, and there's a Lionel. No thanks. Yeah, I was expecting that. Let's continue, and then also, while we're dead, let's grab the heart container for 2 diamonds, and we uncovered like half of the map in that very short period of time, which is pretty awesome. And when you spawn back in, you can actually go to any of the Sheikah Stones that you've already activated, which is super helpful. And if you look at the actual tiles, you can see that around the outline of them is the walls that you can't go through, and like what will open up to additional areas. So I see that this one is closed on the bottom left and right, but this one I can go pretty much every direction. So I'm gonna head to Kakariko, and then go south and then west. Also, every time you die, make sure to kill a few enemies right up front so you could get a torch and a shovel. Those are super helpful. Alright, awesome, we found Lake Hylia already. Now here at Lake Hylia, I can activate the Sheikah Stone, head inside of right here, and we found Cadence, and this is the loot. This is one of the most important items that I have found throughout my entire time playing. And what the loot does is, anytime that you want, you can just fast travel to any Sheikah Stone that you've activated. Now that you have the loot, you can continue exploring, but a little bit safer, because now you're at the point that if you're about to die, you can just literally teleport out of there. And then even though you're in a different playthrough, you may come across some puzzles that look familiar, or use the same general concepts. Always look for cracked holes in walls. Hidden little shops are always great. Now, anytime you come across an accessory like this ring that gives me 0.5 defense, the Ring of Protection, it's very temporary, meaning that if I die, I won't be able to use it again. However, this loot is a key item. I'm never going to not have it. I could die right now, and I'll still have my loot, which is super helpful. But these items right here, like the torch, the boot accessories, the ring accessories, my shovel, and my upgraded weapons, those are all temporary. Awesome, I found the swamplands. And here in the swamplands, that means that I'm close to the Lost Woods. And that actually is the next piece of helpful information I want to give you guys. Oh, when I came to this screen, I looked at the top and left borders, realized that there was nowhere to go, so I just skipped that entire screen because there's no point in me going through it. As you're going through, I would say start to pay attention to how the enemies move and kind of get a better idea for how to defeat them. Oh, perfect. This is exactly what we're looking for. This screen right here for the Lost Woods. I'm just going to kind of ignore these guys as much as I can. Head over to the Sheikah Stone and go inside because this is going to be the spin attack. You hold L and you do a spin attack. And then this room also has 2 hearts and 2 potions. This is going to be super helpful right here. This is essentially diamond farming. Because there's these particular enemies on screen, there's sort of a challenge of defeating all of them. And then once you do, you get a diamond. Now you can use your loot if you want and go back to your house where there's always going to be 2 hearts right here and here. We use the loot again, we go back to the Lost Woods, and we defeat these enemies once again. This is also a great chance to like pay attention to the bokoblins' movement and how to defeat them. And then I just enter this door, exit this door, and boom, they all respawn. And as you play, you're going to be told that the more enemies that you kill flawlessly, the higher your combo or your power is going to be, which is displayed by the Triforce of Courage at the bottom, glowing and getting all crazy like. And if you ever start to get weary as far as while you're doing this mining, head inside, there's always those 2 hearts there, and you could always use your loot to run away. Boom, I just got a heart. We're good. Oh no, we died. That's perfectly fine, because now we could grab this heart container for 5 diamonds. I believe there's only 2 heart containers, one for the original 2 and then one for the 5. And I could go to the Lost Woods and just continue the same exact process. I could start at my house, I could start to do quest lines, I could explore the rest of the map. I have so many options. But every time that you die, you lose everything except for your diamonds. If you go to the Lost Woods and just do that over and over, boom, you got plenty of diamonds. That was 3 game overs, 18 minutes. I already got the loot, I got a few diamonds, and I got that all set up. My first time playing, which was right here, about an hour ago is when I stopped playing. You can see that I got a lot more game overs, did not go as smoothly. But there you go, guys. That is some tips and tricks for you for The Legend of Zelda being featured in Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the NecroDancer for the Nintendo Switch. I hope these tips and tricks were helpful. If they were, be sure to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. Until next time, Austin John out.